Good morning. Whoa, let me clear my voice. Andrew, Jake, good morning. Good morning. Brandon, good morning. Today is training day. It's the perfect pitch competition, 2-minute drill. Join me 11 a.m. Bring your friends, families. We'll pin that below. Team David Meltzer, right? 949-298-2905 to register today, or david@dmeltzer.com. And that's a good place to get free books, free training, free exercises. Guy Nick, good morning. One of the young ones that are up. I see you there, Nick. Anthony, better beware. We're coming into the last week for the Intern of the Month Award. Monica, welcome. Let's get some questions going today. I love Fridays. This is my warm-up session. What's the first pitch you've ever given and how did it go? I think the first pitch that I ever gave was to sing Christmas carols. And I have such a horrible voice. I think the pitch was to get rid of me. Ty Lopez in the house. Good morning. Welcome. But I think my first real sales job was selling educational system, which was really another word for encyclopedias, but it was books from the time a baby's in the womb all the way through going to college, and learned so much in that door-to-door sales, and had a good time doing it. Let's keep the questions coming. I don't know where the rest of these are. What has been your favorite lesson to teach at Friday training so far? Ego. The ultimate ego training is by far my favorite. If you want that exercise and guide, email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Text me at 949-298-2905. I'll send that to you. But the ultimate ego training, you can check it out on the playbook as well. Our downloads are there. You can watch the replay. By far, love that training. Because to me, practicing ending fear is the core of success and happiness. And it's really what I teach. What is the difference between the 80s and 90s in business? Well, in the 80s, I was in school. So for me, I don't want to speak from a position of expertise. The 90s, the early 90s were recession, the getting into the internet boom there in the early to late 90s. Very, very exciting. Learning how the markets work, overselling, overbuying. The 80s, like I said, I was in school, so it was very difficult for me to tell you what those differences are. Good question, though. But I know we were at a very early learning stage of the technology revolution in the 90s. Here we go. Let's see here. What are some similarities you're already seeing during the economic crash compared to the ones you've experienced before? Well, I think there's three areas, right? The biggest similarity is looking for companies that are doing well, companies that are stable, and companies that will rebound. Those are the three areas of focus. The difference is there's no subprime lending, right? Subprime lending on the last crash was truly the catalyst of that. The only subprime lending are on cars and yachts and boats and exotic vehicles. But the housing market is stable. Interest rates are extremely low. Unemployment's the biggest fear. And that's caused, of course, by COVID. We do have a world supporting us as well. So we have the ability in our spectrum to sell to the world now. So it's a very, very interesting time. But the biggest difference would be subprime lending. We don't have that threat. A lot of institutional money and cash on the side still as well. You've said before that you believe entrepreneurs will save the world. Can you explain that belief? I do. I think they always do. I think entrepreneurs will create solutions to reverse what's going on with the environment. So you can imagine if we can have a technology that would fill the atmosphere back up, a technology that will change plastic into, clean energy or food. There's all types of things that entrepreneurs can do in order to save this world. And they always do, right? The need breeds. Remember that when that need breeds, and it breeds solutions. And that's where entrepreneurs save that world. How do you follow rule number 6? Don't take yourself so seriously. Rule number 6 was taken from the Xanders. I learned it from Dr. Wayne Dyer in The Power of Intention, one of my favorite books. But rule number 6, don't take yourself so seriously, is aligned with being a ferocious Buddha. Understanding there to stop, drop, and roll, to take the situation for what it is, and laugh at yourself. We waste so much time, energy, emotion, and money taking ourselves so seriously. Perfect. Good morning. Email me, join me today. Great. 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, david@dmeltzer.com, or 949-298-2905. How can I practice being a ferocious Buddha? Number 1 is be aware of when you're in ego-based consciousness. That's the hardest part, is just having the awareness that you have a need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, scared, resentful, whatever your nemesis are, whatever causes you interference or corrosion to that great source of happiness, light, love, and lessons that you're always connected to. So number 1 is awareness. 2 is stopping. So once you're aware, even more difficult and ferocious is to stop when you're in the accelerated state of ego-based consciousness, accelerating in the wrong direction. Then being able, after you stop, to drop by breathing as a Buddha into center, a higher frequency, a better baseline for your day. And then once again, being ferocious with the law of Goya, get off your ass and move in the right direction. One in which is aligned with your values, your personal, experiential, giving and receiving values. Let me know anyone wants to go live with me. I'm here. What is your biggest lesson you learned from Lee Steinberg? Don't negotiate to the last penny, always be fair, and don't do business with dicks. So those are 3 great lessons that Lee taught me. Genius, and congratulations once again on such a great contract for Patrick Mahomes. Always proud of him. How do you make sure you start your day off right? So for me, it's meditation, finding my highest frequency, finding my baseline for the day. I believe that I only have one action in the day. Everything else is a reaction to it. So that first action better be at the highest frequency. I don't want to live the myth of Sisyphus. I don't want to push a boulder up the top of the hill every day and just have it roll down for when I wake up in the next morning. So by far, meditation, finding my highest frequency. Freeman, let's go live. That'd be wonderful. Here we go. Live question here. A little bit early this morning, changing it up a bit. There he is.
Hey, David, hold on. I just on Bluetooth over here. Let me turn this off.
All right, no problem. Where are you at?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Where are you at?
I'm at my home in
Where's
Omaha, Nebraska, somewhere in the middle of America.
Yeah, you were. I was in Colorado at a Olympic committee meeting, and not too far from Nebraska. So
I know that you were supposed to invite me out there, but that's all right. Next time.
If I invite, I with the COVID, man, if I invite and do my old meetups, man, people will just slam me for not being safe. So, I can't wait to get back on the road and do those live meetups. That's, I think, the thing I miss most about traveling is doing live meetups. Although this is fun. Hey, you got a question for me?
Hey, how do I become a sports mindset person?
Sure. So the number one thing about being a sports mindset person is understanding that sports is, to me, a backdrop to your skills, your knowledge, and your desire. So anything that you like to do, if you like to, make candy, that can be applied to sports. If you like to facility management, that's in sports. If you are an artist, social media guy, whatever it may be, a salesperson, right? All skills apply to the backdrop of sports. So what you have to do is change your mindset from not how do I become a sports mindset person, but how do I develop the skills that I'm best at? Where do I find my superpowers of what I love to do? If it's accounting. And then when you develop those skills, go ahead and ask for help. Find someone that has and sits in the situation in sports in that position and ask them for help. Say, hey, look, I really want to be a sports accountant, or I really want to be a sports facility manager. Or I want to do this, an athletic director, whatever it may be. There's millions of jobs, billions of dollars. Sports is not a competitive field until, like you get in every other industry, at the very top, right? Yeah. It's hyper competitive to be a professional athlete. It's hyper competitive to be a president of a team. It's hyper competitive. But there's so many jobs below there that are enjoyable, that you can be around what you love. Does that sound fair?
You know what? I used to tell the kids that I might not be a rapper, but I used to be a burger rapper.
I like it.
I've been coaching since I was 16 years old. So I started with baseball and then worked my way up to basketball, then varsity assistant, head JV. And, I've had opportunities to coach in wherever. And I, chosen to do what I do because I love what I do. And then COVID has allowed me to kind of slow down my thinking a little bit and open up my mind to maybe music, maybe movies, maybe professional coaching, maybe mindset, relentless, like Tim Grover style.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, you let me know. I would love to have you in one of my private groups. I can help you with that transition and give you a little bit of perspective and some networking. So reach out to me. My email's right down here, david@dmeltzer.com, or text me, 949-298-2905.
Well,
take care in Nebraska.
But keep it up, man. You do great.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Bye.
My man Freeman. All right. I love going live with people. Let's answer some more questions. Remember, today, 11 a.m., the pitch competition, perfect pitch. We'll have the exercise for free, my book for free. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com or 949-298-2905. Where should someone start in starting business with no previous experience? Finding someone that sits in the situation that you're in. If you want to start a business with no experience, then find somebody that sits in the situation that you want to be in and learn how the business works before you invest your time, money, resources, etc. There's certain industries where you can grind and build a business with no experience. Financial services industry. I have a team with Marshall Falk. If you're interested in that, there's MLMs, which are great. But remember, with all MLMs, multi-level marketing companies, find a product that you love and know that the 1% of the 1% make all the money because everybody else quits. But if you're a grinder and you can enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential within context of an MLM, a product that you love, great way to build a business with no experience and make not just 6 figures, but 7 figures. World Financial Group is an MLM of a financial services business that Marshall's leading up, Marshall Falk, the Hall of Fame running back. Let's see who's here. VF Engineering. All right. It's smart to invest your money into something, an example real. Hey.
David, hi, how are you?
I'm terrific. Where are you?
I'm in Irvine, California.
Oh, you're right around the block, man.
Yes, yeah. I just started watching some of your content and I found it really inspiring. Thank you for spending all your time doing this. So I have a business modifying high-level exotic cars.
Oh, he froze. Damn. I want to hear about the exotic cars. I love, come back to me, my brother. When I'm logged back in, I want to hear about the exotic cars. One thing I like about exotic cars is great is an example of, number one, being able to buy things that are oversold and they always come back, right? And buy them when they're overbought and sell them when they're overbought. So India, let's get VF Engineering back. Let's see if he's back here. Getting him live. All right, I'll take a question while we get my friend back from Irvine, right around the block. What has been the key to building your personal brand so successfully? Understanding Noah's Ark, right? Go ahead. I broke IG. Thank you. How are you? I'm looking for 2 ambassadors at a time. That will get me 2 ambassadors, and going back to that. So, Teddy, Theodore, let's get VF Engineering back on here. Come on, buddy. I think there he is, trying to connect. All right, let me try to join you. Here we go. All right. Thank you, everybody. How to stay focused on goals, how to stay focused on your IG. That should be my question. You got to take inventory of your values every day and be a student of your calendar. All right, you were exotic carring me. Go ahead.
Back, David. Thanks for getting me back in. So we've been doing what we do for about 20 years, and we take sports cars to a high level. And we're big believers in positive energy. So we love to talk about, what we're giving back to the owners in terms of value. And we focus only on what we do and what our customers enjoy. And we've got a competitor or a company that believes they're a competitor, and they constantly hound us. And so we ignore them. We don't look at what they're doing. We just focus on what we're doing. But they're very, very persistent. Have you got any suggestions on how to approach that?
Yeah, well, what I always love to do, number one, I don't believe in gatekeepers or competitors, right? I have only one competitor, and that's my better self.
Yeah.
So I love, the philosophy and the strategy that you have that concentrate on being the best you, and the competitors only educate the market or expose the market. And, the nice thing about it, it's free advertising for the best. So
Right.
everybody out there, remember, competition is good if you only focus in on being the best you, the best company, the best of what you're doing, because everybody else, even if they're much bigger, they spend more money. Look, people, especially now that data and information is so accessible, anyone that's going to spend that type of money on exotic cars, they're going to go ahead and at the very least Google who's in that area, who's there, who the biggest competitors are. So all they're doing is educating and attracting business for you if you focus in on being better. And so
Yeah.
what you should be doing is praying for their happiness, praying the fact that they spend millions of dollars on marketing because they're marketing for you if you're the best. If you're the
Yeah.
best you. So be grateful, understanding, and pray for their happiness, and pray for them to have tons of employees, tons of overhead, and tons of marketing dollars so that they can market for you.
Right. Very good. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to be understanding and accepting and, continue to focus on what I'm doing. And that's really been the key to my success.
And remember, too, the truth vibrates the fastest. A lot of times you may feel that I'm sure they're probably not, they're probably saying disparaging things about you and
Yeah.
mistruth. I know how competitors work. In the end, the truth vibrates the fastest.
Yeah.
So, address the issues as they come up. Also learn the lies that they're telling so that you can preempt those when people call you and say, because all of a sudden, remember, credibility is the number one thing in business. If I'm 100% credible, you'll do business with me immediately. If you're 100% credible, I don't have to know any other facts. So the minute you discredit them by creating a fact that they have disparaged or lied about, now they're going to look at everything that they said as a lie and everything that you said with credibility and truth, and you've just statistically increased your chances of getting that business.
Thanks. That was really helpful. That brings to mind something that I can do. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Perfect. You got it, my friend. Reach out to me. Come to my trainings. Reach out. I'd love to get together since you're local.
Definitely. I'm going to look you up, David. Thank you.
All right, David at dmeltzer.com, 949-298-2905. Good questions. Competition is so interesting. People don't look at competition that way. I do, and I've learned to do that throughout the years and have benefited from that. Be forgiving. Forgiveness is a means by which you unwind those untruths that competitors say. Forgiveness is the means in which you unwind the untruths in which you say, and you can preempt those with the truth. The truth vibrates the fastest. Remember that. Let's keep it moving here. Nothing motivates me. All right, so nothing motivates you. No goal, nothing. I can't find out why. So first of all, motivation is different than the transition, which is different than inspiration. If nothing is getting you up, if nothing is getting you back up, if nothing is getting you started, if nothing is getting you restarted, then what you have to do is lower the bar and find something. Podcast, movie, TV show, music, poem, a book, a passage. You got to find something that will get you up, get you back up, get you started, get you restarted, and then learn to transition that into inspiration, which will be to identify all of those ego-based consciousness, the interference, corrosion, to that most powerful source of inspiration, of light, love, and lessons that you do using the lens of productivity, how much value you can provide for others. So do good deeds, be kind to your future self, go out, do something for someone else. That'll motivate you. A lens of accessibility, be accessible to others, but also take inventory of your values and know what you want. Know the what, that's right, the what of what you want. And then finally, always look at things with a lens of gratitude. Where is the light, the love, the lessons, the superpower in what I'm doing? find and love the superpower of yourself, the capability of yourself, the skills, the knowledge. Where is that desire? The one common denominator between all successful people is they must be what they can be. So make sure that you have that fire, not only to get up and get back up, not only to get started and restarted, but to transition that into a continual enjoyment of the consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit pursuit of your potential. All right, we've got time for a couple more questions here. Appreciate everybody putting them. Oh, already did that one. Sorry there. Let me get back to it. David, what is your yoga / meditation routine in the morning? I have a meditation routine called Theta Meditation, Theta meditation. It's based on vibration frequency. And so what I do in 20 minutes is elevate through 7 planes of vibration, 7 different frequencies of vibration in order to raise my awareness, because you can only be aware of that which vibrates equal to or less than you. You can only be aware that which vibrates equal to or less than you. So the higher your vibration, the simpler life is. The more aware you are of things like when to buy and when to sell, or whether somebody's telling you the truth or not, or why something's not making you happy. You can go ahead and reach out to me. I'll help you, david@dmeltzer.com, 949-298-2905 if you're interested in Theta Meditation. If you want my book, my exercises, want to register for free training, that's where you do it. It's easy to find. Here we go. Is now a good time to buy real estate? Well, first of all, what type of real estate, where, and for how much? So go ahead and find an expert in your area in the type of property that you're looking at in order to effectuate whether it's oversold or not. The best real estate to buy is those that are oversold, and the best ones to sell are those that are overbought. It's really simple. Love real estate. You get all types of tax benefits and income benefits from them, determinative upon what type of property it is and what range it is and where it is. But there's so many experts out there that have been in that area, in that space for so long, that can tell you one simple piece of advice. Hey, is this overbought or oversold? That should dictate what you're doing within real estate at all times. Not that difficult. Explain how to build your network bigger after college. Well, it's the same. Use LinkedIn. It's the same, right? You build your network by asking 2 series of questions: how you can be of service of value to others. Hey, Jen, how are you? Awesome to have you in here. And 2, you know anyone that can help me, but you do it in person, on the phone, via email, and all media, radio, print, TV, and social media. All platforms, not just LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Find a way to ask. And if you make it a habit by asking, statistically, you will build a huge network by being of value to others and asking for help. It's that simple. Whether you're in college, out of college, before, during, and after, doesn't matter. Same methodology is allowing you to be completely impatient about building your network while you're completely patient of the outcome. In other words, detaching your emotions from that outcome. All right, a few more questions, and then we got to get going to training today, 11 a.m., the pitch competition, the 2-minute drill. Learn how to pitch in 2 minutes, be able to effectually articulate the value that you want to articulate. Is there such thing as too much quantitative data in a pitch? Hey, Zeus, good to see you. Well, it depends on how much time you have, and it depends on if it's directed towards the ultimate goal of asking somebody in 120 perspective, do you know anyone? I'm sorry, can you see any reason you won't want to do this? So all quantitative data, if it is adding to, not distracting from, adding to the ultimate question of, can you see any reason why you won't want to move forward? Then that's the amount of data that you want to have. Perfect. All right. We have time here. Good. Couple more questions. What is Clarity Experiences? Oh, how involved with the pitch? So I have found, I'm going to do it today, the best platform for Zoom, for online, for virtual speeches, meetings, presentations, TV shows. It's incredible. You have to join me at 11 a.m. just to check out Clarity Experiences. Forget my pitch competition, because what we can do virtually is extraordinary. I thought the closet was amazing. You got to see what these guys can do within the closet. It's amazing. It is absolutely extraordinary. So check it out. If you don't catch me at 11 a.m. today, and register still, watch the replay. It's on every Monday on the Playbook. It's on YouTube, but watch it. You got to see what we can do And so appreciative to Brian and the crew there at Clarity Experiences. Check them out. I'm doing tons of speeches on their stages, tons of masterminds, tons of presentations, TV shows, etc. They're unbelievable. They've been in the business traditionally for years around the world. But anyway, enough commercial for Clarity Experiences. Somebody gave me a setup call. There we go. All right, Colleen, what's the biggest mistake people make when doing a pitch? Credibility for sure. The biggest mistake people make in all articulation of value, including pitching, is credibility. They think that somehow lying, overselling, back-end selling, manipulating, cheating, any of the normal sales techniques that are sometimes taught or inherently assumed to be good by getting people too excited or emotionally connected to something, not using the truth, destroys the pitch. The minute there's that void, that shortage, that obstacle of credibility at a loss, people start seeking what? More untruths. They start having what? Skepticism. What does that do? Create interference, void, shortages, obstacles, and barriers to what you want to do, which is articulate a vision of value of how you can be of service or of value. I'm always looking to see how can I give you $100 and ask for 20 back. Seems like a fair trade. It's actually giving. I am in the focus of receiving, so I can give in that respect. All right, everyone, I got to jump to some executive coaching calls. Get ready for training today, 11 a.m. It's a big 2-minute drill pitch competition. Learn how to pitch, get the feedback, get the lessons, ask the questions. Here we go. Thank you, everybody. 949-298-2905 if you haven't registered, or email me, free exercises, books, training, whatever you need. David at dmeltzer.com. Thank you, everyone. Be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Have a great day. See you at 11 a.m. Pacific.